English Grammar, Lesson 22. Topic: An Introduction to Articles. This is a lesson in two parts. Part 1, Learning the Rules.
Do you know what a knick-knack is? I'll bet you have knickknacks and you don't even know it. A knick-knack is a small decoration. It's an object we use just for show. Some people call knickknacks dust collectors because these objects just sit and collect dust. I have a lot of knickknacks and I keep some of them right here on my bookshelf. I'm going to show you a few. This is a vase and this is a candle. Here is a doll. And this is a box. Do you know what this is? It's a photo cube. And this is an angel.
Let's first talk about the indefinite articles a and an. We use these articles with singular nouns, as in a vase, a box, an angel. Singular nouns are countable nouns. We can count vases, we can count boxes, we can count angels. A singular noun means one thing or person. A vase, one vase. A box, one box. An angel, one angel. We use indefinite articles to identify, classify, or define a noun. By that I mean we're naming something, or we're telling what kind of thing it is. If you don't know what a knick-knack is, I can define it for you. A knick-knack is a small decoration. We use indefinite articles to make a general reference. The speaker is not talking about a specific thing or person. This is important to understand. Indefinite articles are used to make a general reference. You may wonder why we have a choice of two indefinite articles, a and an. It has to do with pronunciation. We use a before a singular noun that starts with a consonant sound, as in a candle, a doll. Candle begins with the consonant sound k, candle. Doll begins with the consonant sound d, doll. Now we may have a singular noun all by itself, or the noun can be in a phrase, as in a beautiful doll. We're still talking about one doll, a doll, but we have the adjective beautiful. Beautiful begins with the consonant sound b, beautiful. So we need a beautiful doll. Use an before a singular noun that starts with a vowel sound, as in an angel. Now look at the next example, hour. Hour starts with the letter H, but we don't pronounce the letter H. The first letters that we pronounce are O and U. That's a vowel sound. That's why we say an hour, not a hour. An hour is correct. Also, the noun might appear in a noun phrase, as in an interesting knick-knack. Interesting begins with a vowel sound, so we say an. An interesting knick-knack.
We're going to play a little game now. I'm going to test your memory. Look closely because I want you to remember where all my knickknacks go. Do you think you can remember? Let's see. If you recall, I have a vase, a candle, a doll and a box, an angel, and a photo cube. Okay, so now the fun part. Do you remember? Where does the box go? Here. The box goes here, on this shelf. Do you remember where the candle went? Up here. The candle goes up here. How about the vase? Do you remember? The vase goes up here. How about the photo cube? goes here on that shelf. How about the angel? The angel went over here. And the doll? Over here. Did you get them all right?
Let's begin to talk about how the indefinite and definite articles are different. A and an are indefinite articles. We often use them before a singular noun the first time we mention it. The is a definite article. We use it before a singular noun after the first mention. The makes a noun specific. It is known and understood by the speaker and listener. So one very big difference between indefinite and definite articles is that the definite article the is used in a specific sense, for a specific reference. Note how we have one definite article that can be pronounced two different ways. Pronounce the as the before a consonant sound, as in the vase. Pronounce the as the before a vowel sound, as in the interesting vase. Listen again. The vase. The interesting vase.
As you know, this is a box. It's a Russian box, and the lid has a beautiful painting. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's very beautiful.
Note that we use the definite article the with a noun that is specific from context. What does that mean? It means we use the even in the first mention of a singular noun if the particular thing or person is known or understood by both the speaker and listener. For example, you heard me say, "This is a Russian box. The lid has a beautiful painting." I say lid for the first time. I use the definite article the lid. Why? Because you know what I'm talking about. You understand which specific lid I'm speaking of. The lid of this Russian box.
Let me tell you a little bit more about some of the knickknacks. As I said, this is a vase. I use the vase for bookmarks. I like to collect bookmarks because I like to read. This is a candle, and as you know, candles are made of wax. This candle is special because it has leaves. The leaves were pressed into the wax. Do you see? I think this is a beautiful doll. I brought it back from Russia, as you can tell by the traditional clothing.
By now, I hope you have a better understanding of indefinite and definite articles, but there is a third choice. No article. When a book or teacher talks about the zero article, it means that no article is used. No article is needed before uncountable nouns used to make a general reference. For example, candles are made of wax. Wax is a non-count or uncountable noun. We can't count it. And I'm talking about wax in general. I'm not talking about a specific wax or a particular kind of wax. Candles are made of wax. We also use the zero article before plural nouns, again when making a general reference. For example, I use the vase for bookmarks. I'm talking about bookmarks in general. I'm not talking about any particular bookmarks, just bookmarks in a general sense. I use the vase for bookmarks. Let's talk a moment about proper nouns. A proper noun is the name of a particular person, place, or thing. A proper noun begins with a capital letter, an uppercase letter. The zero article is often used before proper nouns. For example, Jennifer, YouTube, Russia. We don't say the Jennifer, the YouTube, the Russia. So a zero article is used before people's first names, before most company names, as well as before most names of countries. And we can add to that cities and states as well.
Let's play the memory game one more time. Can you remember where everything went? I took all the knickknacks off the shelves. Let's see if you can remember. How many knickknacks did I have on the top shelf? There were 2. The candle and the vase. Do you remember how many knickknacks I had on the next shelf? The second shelf? 4. The photo cube went here. The box went here. The doll went over here. And the angel went right there.
I'd like to explain one more guideline. Some words make a noun specific or unique, meaning one of a kind. There's nothing else like it. If the noun is specific or unique, we use the definite article the. For example, what was on the top shelf? The next shelf, the second shelf. Words like top, next, and second make a noun specific. What's the most interesting object? A superlative adjective like the most interesting makes a noun unique. Let's review. Here's a short exercise to test your understanding. Identify general references. Read the statements. Of the 5 highlighted phrases in blue, 3 make general references. Which ones are they? Here they are: a knick-knack, a small decoration, and dust collectors. Identify specific references. 5 of the 6 highlighted phrases are specific. Everything but bookmarks is a specific reference. Identify countable nouns. Of the 4 highlighted phrases, 2 give examples of countable nouns. A photo cube and a candle are countable nouns. Identify proper nouns. If you read the 3 statements and look at the highlighted phrases, you'll find only one example. The proper noun is Russia. It's written with the zero article. Which uncountable noun is used in a general sense? Wax in the first sentence is used in a general sense. Which uncountable noun is used in a specific sense? Clothing in the second sentence is used in a specific sense, the traditional clothing. Which noun is specific from context? Clothing is again the answer. The traditional clothing is the clothing on the doll. We understand from context which clothing is being talked about. This is the end of Part 1. Before you go on to Part 2, please try the additional practice that I created on EnglishCafe.com. My username is JenniferESL. Follow the direct link listed in the video description, and then I'll see you for Part 2.